Okay guys, we're going to be doing this woven wheel flower tutorial again. So what I want to do, I'll start here. I'm going to show you how to do the two-toned woven wheel. As you can see, I've already got the outside outlined. These are our spokes, all right? Make sure you always have an odd number. If you're following the pattern, then it's already figured out for you. Feel free to shoot me any questions that you guys might have. I'm trying to keep an eye on that and see if you guys pop up with anything. Thank you. This is called Papery. It is Art Gallery Fabrics. It's by Amy Sinibaldi. It's a great low volume fabric. So, all right, so I've got my spokes all set. I brought my thread through the middle, through the center here. Please feel free to ignore all my sketching on here, my scribbles. All right, so now when you're doing these flowers, if you guys have already watched this tutorial, I've shown you this a million times, but you go over, under. So you go over one, under the next, and you literally keep doing that the whole way around until your flower is starting to really form. Again, let me know if you guys have any questions. So we're going over, under. Try to make sure that you're getting in between the thread and the fabric. You see that? Because if you're getting in between those two, you're not catching any of the thread. It's going to be a lot easier for you. So some people do multiples and then pull through, or you can do one and then pull through. But as you see, it's really starting to form there. I should stitch up higher for you guys. Oh, I haven't mentioned, right now I'm using all 6 threads, and I'm using a DMC, let's see, this is 613. So I'm using that right now, and I typically will use all 6 for these type flowers because the fuller the better. And if you use less than 6 threads, it's going to take you forever. Unless you're obviously working on something incredibly small. That's different. All right, see how I'm doing that every other? And it's starting to give me that variated wheel. So this is what you guys do until you get your whole center here done. Oh, thank you. I hope you bought it, and I hope to see it once you get started. I released a pattern yesterday, if you guys didn't see. It includes a lot of these flowers. So that's why I want to make sure that everybody knows how to make them. All right, I'm actually going to stop there. So what I do is I just find a spot to go back in underneath. Oh, that one I went a little wide on, but that's okay. And then there you go. And so what I was talking about yesterday is if you take your needle when you're all done and you kind of play here, this will go from being a somewhat, dimensional flower to being a very puffy raised flower. And I'm using a DMC embroidery needle. It's a size 5. I've been using those a lot. And then I've got my thread. This is what I always stitch with. So my thread, my project, my needle minder, my needle, and my snips. And you can actually buy these from Amanda over at Bryn & Co. Shop. I Actually, I think it might just be Bryn & Co. No, I think she's Bryn & Co. shop. Anyway, look up Bryn & Co. on here and you're sure to find her. All right, so that's how you do it. Typically, I like to do the center first. It's easier that way. And then you can go around and do the outside here again. I'm going to show you one more time how to get started. All right, when I thread my needle, I give it a quick little lick. You know, it's weird. I stick it between two fingers. It's going to be hard to do because I'm trying to do it behind the camera. And then, I don't know if you see, I kind of put the needle in between the fingers where I know the thread is. And it tends to just get it the first time. Well, I shouldn't say tends to, but most of the time it does pretty good. And then you put your handy little knot at the end. I am still using six strands, so all 6 strands. This is another DMC color. This is 504. Usually I have my colors all nice and neat on bobbins or clothespins, but I don't have those with these colors yet, so I just picked them and decided to use them. All right, so if you're going to start, after you have your spokes, you just come up in the center, and we're going under, over, under, over, under, pull, and there you go. That's all we're doing. Over, under, over, under. And if you can see exactly why you have the odd number of spokes is so that you have an under and an over and an under and over thread. See how you have the 2 there? And that's going to create that variegated look. If you don't do that, if you have an even number, then I think it ends up, it's a different kind of stitch. I don't know what it's called, but it ends up kind of looking like a spider web. Maybe that's what it's called. Maybe it's a spider web stitch. I'm not sure. If you guys know, feel free to yell at me. Yell it out for extra credit. All right, I'm using too long of a string here, but I tend to use really long strings when I do these flowers because I don't like to really stop in the middle. I want to kind of get the whole thing if I can. If I've missed anybody's questions, I'm sorry. All right, we're still working on our over-under here. I just wanted to say on that pattern, if you guys bought it yesterday or today, if you bought it at all, I'm actually going to start working on a red and green version. I thought it would be really nice for Christmas. It would be great for gifts if you guys wanted to do that. Hey, buddy, those are not for you. Those are for the doll. Way too small for your eyeballs. All right, so getting a little bit of an, it's coming over here because this is a big flower, so it's kind of spreading out a little bit. But if you can see, the middle will kind of blend in once you really get going. And you can always do it with a darker color, with a yellow, with a brown. Depends on what you're looking for. All right, so it's as easy as that. Once you have your spokes set up, it's just a matter of going over, under, over, under. Pretty soon you got yourself a nice big fluffy flower. I'm all a mess here. Here we go. So it looks like I'm about to run out of thread here, which is perfect because I can show you guys. Oh, you want it up here? Yeah, I'm sorry. It's really hard to do. When I upload it to YouTube, the words actually won't be there. All right, so when you get to the end here, You're pretty close to the end. What I do is I go over, and then wherever I'm supposed to go under here, I just go right into the fabric, pull it through, and then just give it a little knot, and you're going to have to start again to keep it going around here. So remember, over, under, over, under. So get your spokes all set. When I do my spokes, I like to start on one of the outer spokes, because then you have a needle out here instead of in the middle. You don't have to keep fighting the needle over and over again. I mean the knot, I'm sorry. So you don't have to fight the knot over and over. So anyway, this is what my backs look like. So the one thing I really love about this stitch is that it's all on top. So if you're going through like a really hardy fabric or a heavy canvas or wool or something, you don't have to keep pushing in and pulling out, and you don't have to keep struggling with it. You just get your spokes all set and then right on top. Pretty easy. All right, let me know if you guys have any more questions. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to save this, and I will be putting it up on my YouTube channel, Tinkin' Stitches. So if you need to reference it, just feel free to go back there. It'll be available probably in the next 20 minutes. So anyway, all right, thank you for joining me, guys. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope to see your pattern soon. Please tag me if you start. All right, thank you, guys.